I'm Tamima and this is Real Talk. Tonight, we get real on a serious obsession that is affecting a lot of young people, mostly women in Kenya. My guests get candid on their struggles with body image, weight loss and confidence. Welcome to the show.
Okay, mimi kwa majina naitwa Shiko. Okay, hii story ya overweight ni vizuri sana mtu kuwatch diet yake, as in unawatch ile kitu yenye unakula na pia uexercise, kwa sababu ukiwa pia na overweight sana sometimes unaweza kuwa na weight kubwa sana, hata ukiingia kwa matatu kila mtu anakuondokea, kila mtu hataki kukaa na wewe, so ni poa kila mtu awatch diet.
My name is Gilbert and I think that overweight people should try and live a healthier lifestyle. They should try and change their habits. Okay, it's not that we're forcing them to change, but people can't all be the same. But it will be in their best interest to try and live a healthier lifestyle, to avoid such lifestyle diseases like diabetes and such.
Okay, my name is Edward, and these overweight people, I think they should just watch about their diets and a bit of workout.
My name is Angeline Nambi, and regarding in terms of weight, people who have a lot of weight and those who do not have a lot of weight, I think someone should appreciate who they are and how they are. So as long as you're eating healthy, working out, it doesn't matter how your body looks. Love yourself and just live life for who you are.
Okay, my name is Gibson. On the issue regarding to obesity, if you're willing to lose weight, there are a lot of ways of losing weight. There are apps, mostly in Play Store, which you can install a 30-day schedule, which can make you reduce your weight, get abs, back muscles, calves. It's just a matter of need determination. If you work out this month, you should make it a current situation. I had friends who are fat, now they're bodybuilders now.
My first guest of the night is Hani Finn. Hani, 35, has struggled with her weight for years, and today she's going to be sharing her story with us. Hani, karibu kwenye kipindi.
Thank you so much.
So I understand that yours has literally been a roller coaster when it comes to weight loss. Yeah. How much do you weigh currently?
115.
115
yes,
kilograms.
Yes.
Are you happy with your current weight? And like you were very quick to say that no.
No.
Okay, so maybe let's find out what's your ideal weight? How much do you want to weigh,
65.
That you want to weigh 65.
65.
So have you ever been 65 kgs
yes.
in your adult life?
Yes, I have.
When was the last time you were 65 kgs?
Last year, November.
Last year, November?
Yes.
I know that you have participated in weight loss programs,
yeah.
Not once,
not
twice.
Yes.
So maybe just tell us your story.
Oh, where do I start?
Let's start with perhaps when did you start feeling like I'm too heavy, I need to do something about my weight?
That was way back in 2014. I was a housewife then, and a mother, of course. So the only thing I would do was just sit, watch TV, and be nice, feel beautiful, and that's it, because I had people to help me around. Then slowly, I started gaining weight, until one day, my daughter was like, "Mom, this dress can't fit you, and you don't look good at all. You're like, you've ballooned." Then that's when I realized, there's something. So there was a program at that time which was running on TV, and I saw it was about weight loss, and I decided, like, why not? Why shouldn't I try? So I called in, and I was taken in, and yes, I went through the program for 3 months. I lost over 27 kgs. Then later on, I lost 3 more, so that was 30.
So you moved from
94
all the way down to
68.
To 68 in a span of how many months?
3 months.
In 3 months.
Yes.
Oh my God, that is how many kgs are those?
Over 25, I would say.
Over 25
yes.
kgs in 3
yes.
months. So what were you doing to lose the weight?
A lot of intense workout, eating right, and just being active, because I wasn't active before.
When you say intense workout, how many hours were you at the gym?
Almost 4 hours, 2 in the evening and 2 in the morning.
And once you get there, you are aggressively working out.
My goodness, when I get in the gym or any other place that we are taken, I work out like nobody's business. Like my life depends on that.
And then on the diet front, again, you mentioned that you had to change your diet altogether. What were you eating then?
Basically low carb diet, not really like I would phase out everything, but at least low carb diet. Twice or thrice a week, I would have my carbs. Then I would go on veggies and lots of proteins.
And lots of protein.
Yeah, and it helped a lot.
And then you were able to drop now from the 94 all the way down
to 68 kgs.
To 68 kgs.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But then what happened?
I started feeling nice and comfortable, and I would see every cloth that I needed to wear, the booty shorts, anything. So I never knew that the weight could come back again. And every day I would say, let me take this small, let me just take this milk, let me just take this pizza today. It doesn't matter, it's a small quantity. Then all of a sudden, boom, the weight came back again.
How many kgs did you now find yourself at?
I went back to 94.
To 94?
Yeah.
So
in a span of a year, I think, yeah.
Okay, a year after you had lost the initial weight. So at 94 kgs, I understand also you're that chick. So again, another opportunity came to lose weight, and you took it.
Yes. I'm always looking out for something. And I have many friends who are always, they know what I want. They know I look good when I'm tiny. And they saw the advert again. And they were like, hey, honey, we've seen something. I was like, what? There's another program coming up on another TV station. Would you mind joining? I was like, hey, tell me when, where. So I called in the station and I was told what to do. And trust me, when people are still arriving, like I would say at 6, I was there by 4 a.m. because
you were determined.
Yes, I was so determined. I was number one. I sat in the cold waiting for the people to come, and just for that, the spirit that I had, those people took me in, and they were like, yeah. One of them was actually like, the judge, we've seen you somewhere. You lost weight before. What happened? I just said everything happened, and I needed a second chance, and the second chance is here. So I was taken in.
So you got the second chance. You are now on Slim Possible.
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So was Slim Possible on Slim Possible?
Slim Possible was a Slim Possible, really. Yeah, because I made it real. It was a reality. I lost lots of kilos. Let me say from 94 now to 65.
So finally your dream number.
And I was looking hot.
Achieved.
Oh my goodness.
And how long did it take you to lose this weight this second time round?
Again, 3 months.
Oh, look at you, man.
Mm-hmm.
3 months. Even the other time it was 3 months.
It was 3 months.
And again, same regimen, working out, changing diet.
It's the only remedy. It's the only secret to losing weight.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there you are at 65 kgs. And then today, we are back to 115. So what happened in between?
Actually, it was 120. 120. So I've come down to 115 now.
So what happened in between?
That was November last year. Like the whole year.
So November last year is when you were at 65?
Yes.
Okay.
By 22nd November. Then I used to have headaches, and usually I would walk with, tablets. Mm-hmm. To me, it was a normal thing because I knew when I wake up, I should have my tablets because, the headache is there.
Yeah.
And I would go to hospital and they would tell me, you're stressed.
Yeah.
And I would look at myself. It's not money issue. It's not anything. Everything I wanted, I had.
Yeah, you have.
So why are you saying that I'm stressed?
Yeah.
And doctors, I would go to different doctors. They would recommend a therapist. Nothing happened because those ones, they just want me to talk about my life, which my life was okay, going on well. Until one time, I was at my shop, and then I think the headache was too much. That morning it was there, so I delayed to go. And there was a client that really needed to see me. If I wasn't there, she wasn't going to buy. So I decided to go, but I wasn't feeling fine. So around 5 o'clock, I had girls in the shop at that time. I told them, it's really getting intense. I would need some more medicine.
Now the headache.
Yeah. So as one of the girls left and the other one was at the backside, I think that's when I collapsed.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't know where I was until the next day. I found myself at the hospital. Immediately I woke up. It was like people were waiting for me to wake up because doctors were calling, nurses, and there were so many people there, and they were trying to check me up. Then I just asked, the moment I spoke, I asked where I was. It was like a relief to everybody. So the doctor introduced himself, the senior doctor, as a neurosurgeon.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you've moved from a normal day to being in a hospital and talking to a neurosurgeon.
Yeah. I was shocked. Like neurosurgeon, that's a big term.
Yeah.
And I started pulling those things, just get me out of here. Or why
So
a
the machines and
neurosurgeon?
the tubes that you were
Yeah.
hooked on.
Yeah, there's so many, from the chest to down. So he immediately called another doctor or a nurse. I was given another injection to calm me down.
Yeah, sedative.
Yeah. So I found myself just coming down and looking at them and waiting to be told what's going on. Then that's when the doctor, the neurosurgeon, broke the news and said, you don't have cancer, but you have a growth in your head, in the pituitary gland, and it's called brain tumor.
And how long ago was this when you got this diagnosis?
That was in November last year.
Last year, okay.
23rd now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what happened next after now he's given you the diagnosis? Were you supposed to get any form of surgery, treatment?
Yes, I was.
It's okay, take your time.
Oh, that's tough. I was just being given, I was monitored first because when you have brain tumor, you not only see the neurosurgeon, you see like 5 different doctors, an eye doctor, hormone doctor, so many doctors.
Because it's affecting a lot of things
like
in your
everything.
body. Yeah.
So before anything, all those doctors had to be gathered around, and it's not like you get them at that time. So I was given another day when all the doctors were there. So one was taking me to this through, I get so confused when I start this. Yes. I will take you through your eye test and everything because it seems your eyes are not seeing well. Then this one, your hormones, because when you have brain tumor, you don't get your periods.
So at that point, you were not getting your periods?
Yeah, for years.
And you thought that it was probably something to do with the weight?
Actually, I thought it was the weight because
Okay.
my first program, I complained to them. I said, I'm coming to this program because I'm not getting this. So the doctor told me it affects that as well.
Hormones? Yeah.
Yeah, then the eyes, I could not see. Sometimes you get blurry, you fall down, and all those I was experiencing. So it made me not even like driving. I stopped driving. The doctor recommended surgery.
Okay.
And first I was put on medication for a while.
How
so
long
I was
were you on
November,
medication?
December, I was in hospital.
For 2 months?
Yeah, like in every day. One, because they recommended the surgery, but I said no.
Why?
I didn't want.
Why didn't you want
I'm
the
a
surgery?
mother, and at that time I was a single man.
So have you
to me, I
since-
was looking at my kids. If I go, this is my brain. You're gonna open my brain open. What if I don't come back? Who will take care of my child? At that time, I only had one baby. My child. I've been with that baby for 14 years. What are you telling me? Yeah, so I was saying no. So it was all day convincing, and they were assuring me it's gonna be fine.
But what did they tell you was the prognosis if you didn't get the surgery?
I could lose my eyesight completely, and I could die.
Have you since had the surgery?
That was in April. I had a mini surgery.
So you've had one already in April?
I did.
So which moment convinced you to get over your fear and go under the knife and get the surgery?
My daughter.
Okay.
My daughter, she was seeing the pain that I was going through because I stopped everything. When you have brain tumor, you're drained not even emotionally, but also finances.
Because it's expensive.
It's very expensive.
You're not working at that point.
No.
You're just taking care of your health.
Yeah.
And
so
being a
it's
single
money
parent
coming out,
must have been very challenging.
Yeah, it was. All the savings that I had was just going in medication. And I could see my daughter was going to lose a lot more, because I had raised her in a certain standard, but she was getting now to a Form 1, and I had to take her to a normal school, not a public school, private school, but not what I would have wanted.
So your lifestyle changed.
Yeah, so that time I was like, no, I have to do something about it. And then, of course, the weight. I was not looking good. I was crying all the time. I was not leaving my bed all the time.
You're dealing already with your body image issue.
Yeah.
And then now you have this huge health issue that you're also dealing with, everything compounding into one. So today, sitting here, are you feeling healthier?
Yes, I am.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And what are they saying in terms of now the brain tumor? Do you have to go through other surgeries?
The next month, I'm supposed to go through another MRI to see how small it is right now, or it needs to be removed completely, because actually when you go through surgery, it has to be removed completely.
So when you spoke to the doctors,
Yeah.
did they say that perhaps your brain tumor could have been a contributing factor to your weight?
It is the biggest
Gain and weight
factor.
loss.
Yeah. Gaining weight.
Yeah.
Mostly brain tumor patients gain weight, they don't lose weight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that is the body's coping mechanism?
Because your hormones are just being played around with. If I remember the terms, the prolactins become so high,
Yeah.
compared to the normal, those ones that we have.
So let me ask you, honey, because now you've had a very life-changing experience, and then on the back of that, you're also dealing with body image issues.
Yeah.
So would you say that now talking to you today, if you couldn't lose this weight, would you still be comfortable in your body?
The way I am?
Yes.
No. Hell no. Who wants to be fat? I call this fat.
Okay, so later on we'll be meeting some more guests who will be sharing their struggles with confidence, struggles with weight. And remember, you can always join the conversation via our handles. That is #RealTalk with Tamima on Instagram, Twitter, and on Facebook. Don't go too far. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Real Talk. I am Tamima. Remember, you can join tonight's conversation on body image via the #RealTalk with Tamima on Instagram, Facebook, and on Twitter. Earlier on, we caught up with Hani, who shared her story, her struggle with weight loss, and of course, her serious medical issue. Right now, I want to introduce my next guest, who is Fardosa Bare. Fardosa is 26 years old. She is 90 kgs, and admittedly, she's struggling with her body image. Fardosa, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
What is your ideal weight?
My ideal weight, I'll say around 65, 70.
65, 70.
Yes.
So that is a cool 15,
Yeah.
actually 25.
25.
25 kgs below what you currently are.
Yes.
So let me ask you, when was the last time you were 65 kgs?
Wow. That was around 5 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when did you notice that I'm gaining weight and I need to do something about it?
Well, mine really is, I think I come from a big family. All of us, we are just...
So all the ladies are curvy?
Yeah, curvy. Okay. So, but I wasn't this heavy even as a child. I was, let's just say, a normal kid weight. So when I was in high school, I'll say around Form 2, that was 2007, my dad got really sick. And I've been always a daddy's girl. So he's my best friend. So the thought of him being sick and I couldn't do anything about it really got to me. So my only comfort was food. 6 months down the line, I could see I can't just walk to my room. I just take a stairs and then I'm out of breath. I could see it's getting to me, but I can't do anything about it. I'll say, okay, this is not good enough, but I need to work out, stop eating. I need to be there for my mom because she is drained. My dad was diagnosed with cancer, and by the time we realized it's already at stage 4. And the doctors were saying there's nothing we can do. It's just making his time comfortable. So that drained us financially, everything. We were in private school and all that. So my dad used to work, and he can't work no more. So just destroyed us completely. Yeah. Now raising 5 kids, I was worried for me, but more so I was worried for my mom. I'm trying to imagine how can you survive on your own and bring up 5 kids.
And the breadwinner is currently
yes.
diagnosed with a very serious disease, and they're saying that he has a very limited time to live.
Yes. So it continued like that for a year, and then he passed away. End of 2008. So it was now a roller coaster from there. I completely lost myself. I wasn't doing good in school no more because I was top student in my class. And I could see my teachers were, you need to please calm down, collect yourself, go back to the Fardosa that we know. But I can't, I don't have, I've never been an outgoing kid that I can share anything. So I've been always a loner. So speaking out was also a problem. So it's always me alone, and food was there.
So food was your best friend. That's how you were medicating through food.
Yes.
It made you feel good, happy.
Yeah, whenever I get angry, I just go grab a pizza. I could finish a whole pizza on my own and then have a soda that was my therapy. Then I realized one day I got really sick, and then I was admitted at the hospital. So my doctor told me that, Fardosa, if you keep up this lifestyle, I know you're worried for your family, but you're going to bring another stress to your mom, because if you continue this lifestyle, you'll become obese and you'll die eventually, and it's not really good.
So what are some of the medical issues that you were facing as a result of now that unhealthy lifestyle?
Yeah, my metabolism was really low. I was tired always. I can't do a simple task, even walking from a room to room. I was in college by the 2010, by 2009, I was done with high school.
So still very young.
Yeah, so 2010, I'm in college and I'm trying to go to classes. I can't. In the morning, I can't get up early in the morning to prepare myself to go to classes and all that. I had to change my schedule, so I will go for evening classes. So I'll get the whole morning to get ready, slow pace. Simple things, my vision decided I couldn't see clearly anymore, so I'm always using glasses and all that. There was a time that I'll just get a very bad headache. I'll just faint. I might be walking on the street because I don't get enough air, and then I'll faint. You see, then now that's not even healthy for me. Sometimes maybe I could faint on the road, and there's no anybody to help me. So it was really getting to me. So I decided now I need to collect myself, get myself to a gym, change my diet, work out, and all that.
So how is that going?
So actually, before I decided to get to the gym, somebody made a comment. I posted a picture on Facebook, and I never post a full picture of me. So it's always head up. So this day I decided to post a full picture, and somebody actually DM'd me and said, you've always been this pretty, we've never seen your full body. Kumbe, you're this fat.
And how did that make you feel?
I felt really bad. I was mad. I cried, I think, the whole day that day. It made me angry. I didn't have anybody to talk to. So my mom had me crying in my room. So she came up and she asked, what's going on? What's wrong with you? Just showed her the comment. She's like, I know people are not really what they seem on social media, especially. So just don't mind them. If you feel uncomfortable in your own body, then do something about it.
And that got you started?
Yes.
So what did you do?
So I decided to enroll in the gym and change my diet, started working out and all that.
Have you had any progress?
Yes, I did. For a year, I got to my ideal weight.
Which is 65?
Yes. I actually got to 50.
Oh my God, look at that. You got to 50 kg.
Yes, I did.
Right. So even for you, you've gone to 65, not once, but twice. And would you say that sometimes it's people's comments? Because earlier on you said, even my friends know that I'm happiest when I'm thin. So do they criticize you when you gain weight?
A lot.
What do they say?
Like you look like a shosho.
And these are friends?
My friends.
I just want to rope in Lillian first, because Lillian, I know that you've struggled personally with weight, but you found a way to actually balance it, and you actually help other women embrace their weight struggles.
I've been a tiny girl. Most of my old customers know me as a size 8, and now I'm almost a size 14, which for me, I'm happy with my weight, I can say. Of course, everyone wants to feel small, but, at some time in life, some things has to change, when you become a family person and all your energy goes to your family and you don't have time for yourself anymore. You come home, you're looking after your husband, your babies. Before I was very active, like I love running, I love going to the gym. I don't do that anymore.
Okay.
Because I'm just busy from morning to evening.
Okay. Let me rope in Celestine. And Celestine, you work with a lot of women and girls, just trying to teach them how to be accepting of themselves, how to be confident. What would you say is the first step to be accepting of whichever body you're in, because I kind of feel like even weight loss to some extent, it's a very cosmetic treatment of something that is underlying. And I think for both women, we saw that there was some cause for pain that led them to gain weight in the first place, because for her it was losing her dad. And I think even for Honey, though she didn't share earlier, and we had a chat separately, really for her the weight gain started after she lost her husband.
Yeah, my name is Celestine, and in my course of duty, I end up interacting with so many ladies. And it's also from a personal experience where you feel you're just not enough. And the society will always judge you, not knowing where you're coming from. No one knows your story, you know. It's about accepting yourself first and just always telling yourself that, you know what, I am beautiful. I am worth it. I have value. And even if you just meet one person who feels you're beautiful, do you know that is enough? And I think another thing, Tamima, is the kind of company we keep.
Right.
You know, you'll find most of your friends will always feel like they will always plant a seed in your heart, and you'll go, at that moment you'll be happy, you'll really enjoy the talk, you'll enjoy, but when you're alone, you know, that is when we start processing and we're like, hiya, so and so said I am fat. And at times even the relationships we get into. Like for me, I keep telling people, I was in a relationship for 5 good years where that person did not just care about me. But you know, I stuck it through because I knew I will never get anyone out there. You see?
Yeah.
So if you're, there's that inward fear because, you know, your confidence has been bruised.
Yeah.
By the people you call friends, by strangers who know nothing about you, by these people we call our boyfriends. You see?
Yes.
And I like, Honey, you said yes very loudly.
Yeah.
So have you had instances whereby a man in your life has made you feel unworthy because of your weight?
Yes, after my husband passed on. Oh, God. That was the best man on earth. He never cared on how I looked. So later on, when I got this boyfriend, I was like, hey, babe, you know your tummy, babe, you know your butts are sagging, you know, I mean, go and do squats, you go and do this. So all the time I would feel there's something wrong about me. I need to change.
And Fardosa, have you had any sort of negative feedback as well from a man in your life?
Yes, I did. Okay, my boyfriend, at least the one that I stuck with for almost 3 years, we met each other through social media. So 6 months down the line, conversation and all that, so we decided to meet. Actually, the first day we met is like, if I knew you were this big, trust me, I wouldn't have even made this date to happen or anything like that.
Oh my God.
I felt so bad.
But you still dated this guy?
Yeah.
For 3 years?
Yes.
After that first comment. Are you seeing how we sell ourselves short, guys?
Because I knew nobody else
So you thought that
Yes.
it's at least...
I was not beautiful enough. I was not perfect enough for any other guy. So this guy at least made...
So if he was willing
time.
to put up with you, you are willing to take his
Yes.
negativity and his criticism.
Yes, but into it, and then I decided. I said, "This is not me."
Strange.
Yeah, I can't be diminished every other day.
Yeah.
I'm worth so much.
Because he would tear you down.
Yes.
Okay.
I decided to just leave him
quits,
and venture on my own.
I'll just take one comment from somebody in the audience. Why is it acceptable for men to be heavy, but the same standard when it comes to women, and they're expected to look a certain type of way? Because it's coming across more like, for women, our bodies are supposed to be ornaments. But for men, they are taught that their bodies are instruments. So you as a woman, you're constantly working. This ornament of mine, is my waist small enough? And even speaking of that, confessions, I'm wearing a corset because I also have body image issues. But are you seeing the double standard?
According to what I have seen and what I have heard, when a man is all buffed, big or overweight, they're rich.
Is that true, guys? When a man is overweight, they're rich?
And
so there are no rich men in the audience?
They're rich, and for the women, we are more of, men want the westernized culture, the small girls, tiny waist and all that. So that's what men want. So you find a guy who's overweight looking all flabby and stuff, telling you you're looking, I want you to lose some weight, I want you to cut out that waist. And you're thinking, hi, have you seen yourself? But even in the marriage sector, it tends to show that when a man is married akiwa mdogo, after some time, after I add weight, you're like, umewekwa vizuri, right? But for a lady, you've added weight. Umeanza kuwa mama. Are you taking some pills or something? You know. So I think it's more of a westernized culture that we've taken into our own culture. Some of our men are to blame for that. Why do you want this? Why don't you get comfortable?
On that, let me ask the men in the audience. So men, what do you prefer? Do you prefer your model types? Show of hands. Ama you like them curvy? Show of hands. Model type? Nani hapa napenda model size? Ndo akina hao tunaona. Who here is like, I like them big, beautiful and ish. On that note, we'll be taking a very quick break. When we come back, we're going to be meeting some more guests who will be sharing their stories with us, and also will help you how to learn to be accepting of whichever body you're in, and ultimately how to just rock it and live your best life. Don't go too far. Welcome back to Real Talk. Tonight's topic, we are getting real on the serious obsession that is body image, self-confidence, and of course the weight loss challenges that comes with it as well. I want to introduce my next guest, who is Charlene Brown. So Charlene is 21 years old. She's a student, and admittedly, she's also dealing with body image issues. Where is the struggle coming from?
So at first I was tiny, like in primary. Then I had self-esteem issues, so I decided after I'll eat. So I ate, I gained the weight. In secondary, after I started struggling, my folks used to say, my dad used to joke that, unakula chakula ya watu wawili, because my sister is small. She doesn't grow big. She's just constant. Then he used to say, unanona too. So then it got to my head in university. I decided to get a trainer. Then I got stagnant. I figured 62. I couldn't lose. Then I got pregnant. Pregnancy, I used to walk and all that. And then after delivering, I added nilifika 89. Hey, that was just pressure. Then the struggle to lose, because then from 62 to 90 was a struggle. I just used to see the baby and I eat cake and ice cream. Analia amelala akilala hivi, I just want to hug. I just want to hug and then feel better at least. Then I started gymming. I've lost 14 kilos. Now I'm 76 kilos. Bado nataka kurudi 62.
I want to introduce someone, Francisca Nyamu. So Francisca is a woman who is very confident in her body. In fact, she's the founder of Plus Fabulosity Kenya. And really, like the name suggests, it's an organization that embraces the beauty of plus-size women, encouraging them to feel fabulous, encouraging them to be comfortable in their own body.
Tamima, what I've picked from this conversation is that everyone deals with an issue. And it's deep-seated that you have to dig deep to get to the bottom of it. And throughout I'll call it a career because I've done this for like 5 years, throughout my interaction with very many plus-size women and some men, there's always a trigger. There's something that led them to where they are. Even myself, there's something that led me to where I am, you know? And it's until you face your demons that it's not until you face your demons, you'll never get to address the small issues, what eats you up. And most of us, we run away from these situations. You don't want to... I like what
you said, what eats you up. Yes. Because it is what eats you up leads to you eating.
Thank you.
So until you address kenye kinakukula, you're constantly trying to feel that pain. Mm-hmm. Because it is pain.
Yeah.
It's a struggle.
Yeah. Some of us run away from emotions. Like you just want to close them in a box and throw away that box somewhere and then throw away the key with the rest of the trash so that you never get to access those emotions. And you'll carry it with you. I mean, from the stories shared here, it started somewhere.
Yeah.
You know?
When you gain weight, you're in denial. You don't update your wardrobe.
Thank
You're
you.
so used to dressing a skinny body. You have no idea how to dress this new curvy body of yours.
Yeah.
I was in the same boat. The day I started buying curvy clothes, that is the day I realized I'm losing weight. Because the curvy clothes would now start being very loose. But the key thing is that I had to be accepting of myself.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's a process. Once you deal with what eats you, now you accept where you are, you know. I'm plus size, this is where I am. Tomorrow I won't wake up at size 8. And when you accept yourself as you are, now you begin to see, what else can I do? It's like when you move house. I'm not in a new house. How do I arrange my house? This needs to go here, this needs to go away, you know. If it's negative comments, put that in the trash. If it's negative friends, put that in the trash
as well.
If it's a supportive partner, add that to your wardrobe, you know. Add that to your property. Keep on adding, pile things in your house. Good things, positive things. Build yourself up. And, you know, like you said, sometimes when you gain weight, you actually don't. You don't even realize when you're adding weight. You just, you know, your jeans fit tighter in a week. The next week, they're a bit lower. Yeah. And then the other week,
you have to use a rubber band to connect the hole and the
yeah, and the button. And then the next week, they just can't fit. You know? And then now, in that process of putting on clothes that don't fit you well, definitely your appearance will be different and your appearance will look good.
So how can people be taught to be accepting of that change? That you can't expect me to look the way I looked when I was in primary school because I was 10 years old.
There is an important department in schools that people tend to ignore, and that is the guidance and counseling department. And when you have a lesson or a session for guidance and counseling, most people in my school used to go and wash clothes, you know, cover up their books.
They'd skip it.
They'd skip it, which is very, very sad because had you gone to those classes, then you'd get advice on how, you know, to be a woman, for instance. These changes will happen. How do you deal with, you know, getting curvier as time goes by? Your hormones are going to change. And even when you leave high school, what do you expect out there? You know, when you get into relationships, how do you choose your partner or your spouse, you know? And I think it's a whole lot of there's a lack of guidance.
And
for
information
the
as
well. Yeah,
well.
and information for the young people, because that's where people are broken. That's where feelings are broken. Look at all of us. We have feelings broken when we were teenagers. Yeah, had we gotten you know, role models or our mothers taken a better role of advising us and not shying away from some of these topics, then maybe we would be dealing with different issues and not this. And sadly, every issue somehow will affect your weight, whether it's loss of a loved one, or you've been dumped, or you failed your exams. We all deal with stress differently, and it may increase or decrease your weight.
I want to throw it back to Celestine. What would you say when it comes to setting goals and making sure you're working towards those goals? Because it's one thing to say I'm overweight. That weight will not melt away.
Yeah, that's true. We tend to set goals, but I think at times we don't make realistic goals. I believe in taking it a day at a time.
Right.
Like you can always start with, say, 6 months. Because I think at times we beat ourselves too hard, and at times we don't even know what is really affecting us.
You know, on that, let me ask the two women up on the stage. Let me start with Fardosa. You mentioned you want to get to 65. So what's your timeline to get to 65?
I'll say in the next 1 year.
In the next 1 year.
Yes.
So that is a realistic target. Okay, and then let's go to Hani over there. Because Hani, you're the champion. You lose weight in 3 months.
Yes.
So what is your target now?
Still 3 months.
But is that realistic? Because I kind of feel like even for you, you have to now realize this point in your weight loss is different than all the other ones. You're also dealing with another medical issue.
Yeah.
You have to let your body recover from the trauma that is going through brain surgery, making sure that you find that right balance before now saying, hey, you know what? Now I have a clean bill of health in that sector, then now I can start looking towards a more cosmetic type of health, which is now looking good, fitting into hot pants. And I'm just going to throw in Francisca here. Maybe, what would you say to her?
Your issue is very delicate, and definitely I know you're dealing or working with your advisors, your medical practitioners, your doctors and whatnot, and they'd be in a better position to advise you what comes first. Do you need to lose the weight, or should we deal with the tumor first and the treatment? Sadly, I think from your story, they're both linked. The fact that the tumor, affected your hormones and then that led to weight gain. I think it's a very, very sensitive issue. My advice would be don't do it drastically. 3 months is putting a lot of stress on yourself to lose, say, 30 to 40 kilos. I don't think that's realistic, because I'm on the same journey, and I had to accept that I didn't gain this weight in 3 months.
In 1 day.
I gained it over the years, and it's going to take time for it to go. And I'm going to have to work twice as hard, but I don't need to kill myself for it, I just need to make changes, a day at a time, Yeah.
And before we take questions from the audience, I want to rope in Lillian, because Lillian, you work in the fashion industry. And remember earlier I said that really body image it's a constant struggle for a lot of women. I've struggled with it myself, but I believe I've been able to find a good balance. And sometimes you have to accept that you need help. And for me today, I have help. I have help from my nice, beautiful Cosette here. So as somebody in fashion, because now we also need to empower each other, there are ways that you can have shortcuts. If your body image issue is hair, get a wig. If your body image issue is maybe your bumps and your calves where they're not supposed to be, I'm wearing a Cosette. What else is out there? Spanx.
Thank you very much. As is Lil Fashion, we believe beauty doesn't have any size, It's all about from within. And I always say you have to be your own cheerleader. First, you have to love yourself, appreciate yourself, and then the world will appreciate you. The way you walk, the way you're confident with your body, that will show a lot. Even when you enter somewhere, if you're not confident with your body, everyone will notice, So there are different ways you can dress your body. And as she said, the body shapers, they come in handy. Even myself, I'm wearing one,
Look at that, now we are sharing.
Apart from the body shapers and all that, most of the way we dress, we start with a nice bra, If you have a nice bra, even if you have calves and weight issues around, your stomach and all that, and you have a nice fitting, body shaper to put things in place, your weight will look a bit controlled, So everything will be in place, I can say.
Through fashion, there is a way you need to first, like you've said, understand your body type.
Yeah.
There are those who are pairs.
Yeah, let me talk about the body types. We have different body types, but I'm going to mention like 5 of them. We have the apple, we have the pear, we have the hourglass, we have the rectangle, inverted triangle, and these are different sizes, types of bodies, and they all require different attention, Like the pear, it's where we have the smaller upper body and then your hip here at the bottom. So for this type of body, A shape will look better, and also a top that has details, on top, flared like, not baggy tops, but a little, fancy like with a deep V and all that. It will look nice with this type of a body. And we also have a pear body. A pear body is where we have all the weight going to your waist.
Like me.
And that's what most of us struggle in, with the lifestyle we have in our day life. We don't have time to balance our diets and all that. We're just working and working hard. For this type of body, a lot of people shy off and put baggy dresses, you know. And the baggy dresses, they tend to make you look even bigger. What I would advise for this type of bodies, and especially when my customers come to my shop, they always come and say, oh, I want to wear this, I want something extremely big, you know, a size bigger or something like that. I always say, no, that doesn't work for that type of a body. You know, this type of a body, which is the apple, we have you know, the fat all going to the stomach. You need something that flatters the stomach. We can have maybe a belt, let's say a belt, or something that hides the stomach, but not a baggy thing, you know. We can have a top that has details, or you can have a top and then a jacket, you know, just below the stomach or the waistline. And then when we come to the inverted triangle is where we have the bust is bigger than the hips.
How many women in the audience feel like they are, who's had their body type so far? You've told us about
2 already.
the first one, the pear. Who feels they are pear here? Who feels they are an apple? Apple is the one you said big around the middle.
Yeah, the fat goes around
feel
the
like
stomach.
apple. And okay, it's so funny. I really like that you raised up your hand, because really even part of what you're feeling, it's a body image issue. And people always assume that it's only curvy girls who have issues with their body. But for most of us looking at you, we're like, but she's skinny and fit. Why would she feel like she has, you know, a weight on her size 24 waistline, yeah? But the reality is that is how she feels, which is what we are saying is being obsessive about your body image. And there is something that is called body dysmorphic disorder. That means you don't really see your body as it exists. Because if I asked you, my dear, do you feel your middle is heavier?
It happens mostly when I eat. When I eat, and I do like eating a lot. So when I do eat, yes, it does. But when I don't eat, I'm okay. But before then, I was bigger than what I was. And I used to be affected a lot.
With your middle, so you're very self-conscious.
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't know, Francisca, because you teach embracing your body, you teach it to mostly curvy women, and look at that paradox, because she's saying that it could be better.
I think it's a matter of, you know, it's a journey. She was big. When she was big, she used to feel she had an issue around her tummy. And now that she's smaller, every time she eats, she feels like her tummy will go back to where it was. So, my dear, you've arrived at your destination somehow. So how about you leave that luggage at the previous destination, you know, and then move on to the new. I think we need to update ourselves and update our database, our emotions. You know, once you achieve a certain level of success with, you know, you achieve your goals of losing weight, or you feel like you've gotten to where you wanted to be, how about you say, now I will no longer deal with negative comments. Yeah. That is so behind me. Now, sugar is not a problem. That is so much behind me. Or now, these are my new problems, okay? It's all about where am I, where was I, and how different do I feel? And what do I feel like taking with me to the next level?
Okay. So we had apple, pear, triangle. They are the last two?
Inverted triangle, that is where we have the upper body, especially the breast is bigger than the hips.
Who feels that they are an inverted triangle, ladies? Breast is bigger than the hips? Anybody? Okay, there's one there. Can we ask you to stand on up? So you're feeling like you're an inverted triangle. And if I asked you, Lillian, looking at her, where would you classify her?
Maybe a rectangle.
She's a rectangle. Can I ask the guys in the audience? Maybe just have a seat, Zena, please.
Thank you.
Yeah, have a seat. From the guys in the audience, who is absolutely 100% comfortable in their body? So I'll assume the rest of you are not. And I'm hoping that the discussion is actually helping you. Okay, so let's take the two questions that people in the audience had.
So my question is to you, Hani. You have been in 2 shows. You have tried to lose weight twice. What kept you going? What kept you strong, even when you kept adding the weight?
My children. They're my source of inspiration. Whether I look bulky or smaller, they would always say, Mommy, you're the best. And that kept me going. Yeah.
Maybe just on that, because I hope, honey, this discussion has been very enlightening for you.
It has.
Maybe your solution is finding a program that works with honey 24/7, 365. So if it means starting with even saying, I'll eat, smaller portions, but still eat anything, yeah, as opposed to, like you told us earlier, going on a complete overhaul, you get to the goal, then once you get to the goal, you go back to your old habits.
But this time I'm getting married in January, surely. I wouldn't want to look like this. But yes, what you're saying is very true.
And even on that, you said you're getting married in January. You don't want to look like this. Didn't he love you like this?
Yes, he did.
Does he have a problem with your weight?
No. He's very okay. He's very comfortable. In fact, he's always like, I'm an African man. I want you this way.
Okay. Yeah. So let's take the second question.
Thanks, Tamima. I'm barefoot. My question goes like this. How can we avoid this weight gaining and body shaping thing?
I really think it's unavoidable. As long as you're a human being, you're growing, you're changing, your weight will fluctuate. And especially more so for us women, even you could check yourself during your menses, there's a difference. You fluctuate 1-2 kgs depending on your body type. So really the conversation needs to start there that your body will change. So the question needs to be like, how do I best manage the change and how do I accept the change, Francisca?
It's a journey and you don't know what happens tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow you'll get diagnosed with something else and you'll be sick. Or maybe tomorrow you'll have a good life and you'll lose all the weight. You just never know. Even you could move from skinny to plus size. And I think it's two-way traffic. There's a person who's gaining the weight and then there's a person who isn't. And you ask yourself, how do you treat the person next to you? Again, it boils down to discipline, boils down to how you are brought up. Are you sensitive to the person next to you? If you are sensitive, then you won't make such mean comments about their body. You'll not start telling them, hey, no, Menona, how would you feel if someone asked you the same question, or if someone asked your daughter or your sister the same question?
Yeah.
So it's a matter of being sensitive and being aware of your environment. If you are plus size, just know that bullies are there.
Absolutely.
And then prepare yourself. If the bully comes at you, understand them. They are a bully by nature. And then now my message to the bully is stop being a bully.
Stop body shaming.
Stop body shaming.
Yeah.
Stop making mean comments about someone else. For every comment you make about someone else, you're investing that word in the future and it will come back to you in one way or another.
Okay. So, really, that is all the time we have for tonight's show. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that we have encouraged you. I hope that we have empowered you to be more accepting of the body that you're in. And really, for all of us, if we start seeing our bodies as instruments as opposed to ornaments, then it is a great first step towards being self-accepting of whichever body size or shape that you currently find yourself in. Well, that's it from me, Tamima. Remember, you can always get in touch with us via the hashtag #RealTalkWithTamima. Let us know what your feedback, comments, or any other topics that you might want us to address here on this platform that is Real Talk. Again, from me, thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, this has been Real Talk. Hello, I am Tamima, the host of Real Talk with Tamima, and I would like to invite you to be part of my audience or a guest on the show. All you have to do, if you have a story that is very personal, very powerful, and you want to inspire other people, please reach out to the show via the email address on your screen or the number as well.